Hey guys, it's Aseem Sharma, training manager from Solframe Consulting. Again, I do hope you're all doing well. Today, I want to explore something which I mentioned before. That was regarding dealing with toxic people. I want to explore into finer detail the aspect of dealing with someone who is irrational or irrational behavior. How do we deal with it? So, I'll give you an example because it's always easier to relate to things, right? So, as we promote Solframe Consulting, we use various platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, of course, YouTube, and even Telegram, as I keep mentioning when I sign off of the videos, the trademark sign off. But what I noticed, there's I would say, a close friend, and you share the link. You share the link to the YouTube channel and so on, and you do that even on Instagram, etc. So some people are not very secure about who you follow in their friend circle on social media, even though it's in the public domain. So again, yes, it's always advisable to respect people's wishes, but it depends on the situation. So if there's a personal friend of a friend who you don't know directly, then of course, if they're not comfortable with you speaking to their friends or whatever, then fine. And I've always respected that. But if you have someone in the public domain who has a public profile, who does not need to be followed, and who can just be seen because they promote a business or their brand ambassador, and you happen to look at their posts just the way our posts are open to the public. You don't need to follow us specifically, although you can do. Then I don't see the problem in that. But this person mentioned to me a couple of times that it bothered them. And I always respected whatever they said, whether it made much sense or not. I didn't really argue that much. And I said, okay, that's fine. So, what I noticed was, without warning, and this is not the first time, this has happened on multiple occasions, the person blocked me on social media. So I just said, hey, have I been blocked? And very casually, even though the conversation was fine just maybe an hour before that yes. And I said, can you explain why? Have I done something wrong? Some sort of misdemeanor? They didn't. And then I said, okay, well, this has happened many times now. I'm really not sure how to handle this. I have nothing to say. And their response was, how many times have I told you not to follow my friends, etc. The lecture. Um, doesn't make any sense to me because, as I've already said, the person's a public profile figure and so on. I said, hey, if it really bothers you, I'll just block that profile. And ironically, I tried. I'm not someone who really blocks people unless they're really, threatening, abusive, or persistent, or in some way that makes me uncomfortable. And I still give them a chance that, hey, this is not on. And I've mentioned this in assertion videos as well, right? And if you continue, then I'll have no choice but to do X, Y, and Z. But I wasn't able to do it, and I checked with a friend who was also was able to access that person's profile because it's public. They have their own website and everything. So I was just kind of like scratching my head, thinking there's some sort of agenda behind this, and maybe the person is frustrated because they have their own issues, right? And I seem to be being used as a punch bag, and randomly, without any warning, I'll get kind of blamed for something, and this is a kind of form of gaslighting and narcissism. So, what I'm trying to say here, that's the story, by the way, um, is apart from detaching yourself from such people, sometimes you need to try to help them, and I've tried to help because I believe, you know, I've also seen very dark days, and you can't just isolate from yourselves from people, and you can't isolate people and say that, look, you're a bit of a jerk, and I don't like the way you treat me, and you try to give the person a chance, right? So, try to be objective, is what I'm saying. So, I haven't heard from the person. Their pattern is that then they will contact me and apologize. How I would handle it is, this time, on this occasion, apology not accepted. These are my expectations, and if you don't like it, and if you block me here as well because you don't like what I'm writing, I'm being abrupt, but I'm your well wisher. I'm suggesting a few things for your own good. That maybe you need to seek some professional advice. You have very erratic behavior. Maybe some of the people who you interact with are influencing you in an incorrect way, and however I've tried to help you, you've always rejected it, and you know uh, you're not very consistent with certain things you say, so maybe you need to introspect and reflect before you act, and work on a routine to improve yourself, because there are certain things that everyone has aspirations, right? So that's how I would handle it, and then say that when you're ready, if you're ready, then come back to me. If not, then fine. I'm not going to reciprocate by blocking the person. I think that's just stooping very low. I'm not going to, enter a confrontation as such. I'm not going to speak to the person specifically if they start shouting or whatever. So dealing with irrational behavior is where you are sometimes convinced or made to feel by the person who's behaving that way that you're in the wrong. And all you need to do is take a step back and don't be subjective. Just say, okay, what did I do? Or do I even know what I did to upset this person? Don't don't think too much into what they have done. Just think about what you have done. And normally, how would someone react to that? And if the answer to that is seems okay to me, it's quite probable that something else is going on. And either you need to step away from the situation or assert yourself or encourage the person to seek some sort of support. Otherwise, trust me, it really does draw you into a downward spiral if you surround yourself with such people. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. For further tips and tricks, here I go again. Please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Like, comment, share, ask any questions. I'll try my best to respond to them. And you can also find us on LinkedIn. Please check out our written posts. Telegram, of course, Facebook, and yes, the irony, Instagram. Till next time, please do take care. Stay safe. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.